In 10, 9, 8, 7,
14,
6, 5,
2,
4,
4, 9,001.
3. Wait, hold on. Before we start,
8.
is
7,
everyone's microphone good? Because
6,
somebody sounds really faint right now.
5,
Who?
5,
My microphone is just fine.
I know yours is fine. Yours is always fine. You know,
Yeah,
that's why
mine's
that's
alright.
why we keep you on this show in every episode.
Ooh, Adobe.
That's right.
Yes,
Is mine
Is mi-
okay?
yours is okay. It might be
Is mine
Andrew's.
okay?
Okay, yours is fine since you're yelling and stuff.
Hopefully mine's alright.
I'm yelling.
All right, so 5, 4,
11,
3,
8,
2, 1.
What?
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the only podcast with real Nintendo fans and real Nintendo talk. My name is Darius Sanchez, and with me we have
Wait, you didn't say the name of the podcast.
Aaron Doby. I assume they know this is the Nintendo OutCast podcast, but
Yes.
thank you for reminding them. If you didn't know, this is Nintendo OutCast, not Nintendo Voice Chat.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron Doby.
Hey, Aaron,
listening
did
to
you know
Nintendo
your
Outcast.
name? Your name is like Adobe.
Really?
You're not even saying the joke right anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not, like, that is literally just my first initial and last name.
Like the
That's not
company,
even funny.
like the company, Adobe.
Adobe?
Didn't we already go over
I
I
this
bet you
last
can
time?
make a joke about
I
Adobe
said- I
products
said I
and
was
how
gonna
they
point
don't
that out
read
every
PDF
podcast.
files properly.
Yeah. It's not like we did. It's not like I didn't define
I
the
remember that
standard.
exact quote from one of the episodes we did earlier.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
I mean, no, because I told Aaron that I'm gonna point that out every episode, and I'm a man of my word.
God damn it.
That's
Thank
why
you for keeping your word.
trust
Um,
Andrew.
And then we have Dow Jones.
Hi, everybody.
How's the stock market looking?
I guess it was down 129 points.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That's the best
Ladies and
feature
gentlemen,
of this podcast.
the stock
we are about to be in a recession.
Uh-oh.
Then we have Chris Parlamas. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Chris Parlamas. Parlamas.
Your bad name thing.
Parlamas.
Chris
Parlamas.
Parliament.
Christian, right?
Yeah.
Christian. See, at least I remember that. Give me
Yeah.
some credit here.
Okay. You have some credit.
All right. With that being said, today we are going to talk about something
Oh,
that
you just skipped past me.
you were talking so much that I really thought we got
Oh,
to
and
you, but
and
okay.
that other guy that no one
Then
cares
we have
about.
Andrew. Why can't you guys have like simple last names? Grabo. Can I call you Grabo? Andrew Grabo.
Yes.
Mr. Grabo here. How are you doing, Andrew?
Pretty swell.
Pretty swell. How's school?
It's all right.
You're only 14, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember when I was 14. I call
Back
those
in the
my
day.
angsty years because I was listening to a lot of heavy rock because I was angry all the time.
Did
My
you have an afro?
hormones were all over the place. Yeah, it was great.
Wait, you really did have an afro?
Afro.
Did you have one?
Not that I remember.
Aw.
Not that you
I can just
remember.
imagine you in
I
high school with an
remember it.
afro. Like, chilling around. The comb in your hair.
Nah,
Listening
that-
to heavy metal rock.
Actually, that's my nephew. He does that, and he's 14.
Does he have an afro, though?
His afro is out of control.
Oh my god.
I'm going to show you after the show. But back to the show. So
Yeah, let's
everyone's
pop-
here. Everyone's ready. We are going to talk about some good stuff today. We are going to talk about... That was the Gamecube logo music.
Oh.
That
Serve
Can we
that.
do it again? Can we do it again when you're holding Z, so it sounds like a monkey?
No.
I never done that, so I don't know what that sounds
Never
like.
done that?
I tried to do it, but apparently it doesn't work on my GameCube. Unless I'm just doing something wrong.
It doesn't work on the Wii, but it works on the GameCube.
Of course it doesn't work on the Wii. The Wii one doesn't even like spin. The cubes don't come down. It's
It's
just
the most depressing
yeah.
part of the Wii.
Yeah,
we're talking-
that's the only reason why I still kept my GameCube. The only reason why I still have my Wii right now is for GameCube.
Yeah, me too.
So With that being said,
I have to
surprise,
play that game with
surprise,
a
that's what
GameCube
we're talking
controller.
about today, folks. We are going to discuss the GameCube. Now, underrated? Did it fail? Did it get the credit it deserved? What do you think? I personally, I asked what you thought, but here I am giving my opinion. I personally think that the GameCube was an absolutely amazing system. It did a lot of things great, and it did a lot of things wrong. Does anyone want to piggyback off that?
I think the controller was fantastic.
I think it had a really awesome library of games. And, yeah, I agree. The controller is probably my favorite Nintendo controller they released. Even though it could be better, like, obviously both analog sticks could be full analog sticks, and it could have 2 bumpers. I love how it's so unique and that all the buttons are different shapes. Because it makes, like, whenever I'm playing Xbox or Wii U, it still takes me, like, half a second to think. Because the ABXY is different for every console. But with the GameCube, it's so natural how, like, the big button is the A, and the small one's the B, and then the kidney-shaped buttons are X and Y.
Yep.
And that's why I still use that for Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna have to get accommodated to the Pro Controller for Smash 4.
It'll never be the same. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I mean, I'm sure I can get used
survive?
to it. I'm not gonna obviously I prefer to keep the GameCube, but I think I'll be fine with it.
Well, we survived with the. I mean, how were we able to do it with the Nintendo 64 controller when the first one came out? I don't know. I mean, I remember being fine with that, but when Melee came out, I completely forgot about how bad.
64 controller anymore.
Yeah. It's so impossible to use, honestly.
Got good with when I was young, but then I can't.
Well, that was all we had. Well, not counting PlayStation, but. How did we do it?
Still likes it.
I don't dislike it. I just can't play with it.
Should we do everyone's favorite GameCube games?
Sure, if you want.
Now, I know.
No,
I didn't think I mentioned this on the first podcast I was on, but the GameCube was pretty much the system I grew up with, because that was what I had for like ages.
So when the GameCube came out, you must have been like 4 years old, I think.
I think so, but I probably got it when I was like 5-ish. And that was what I had until the Wii came out.
I feel so old. I'm sorry,
I
go
feel so young. And I played so much Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which I mentioned is probably my favorite game of all time. Also, Super Mario Sunshine. Super Monkey Ball 2. That game is fantastic. Let's see. Mario Kart Double Dash. Despite... Now when I go back and play that game, it feels really weird. But
See, you gotta get used to it. Like, after playing
it
the other
handles
Mario
so
Karts,
much differently than 7 and Wii and even DS. But at the time, I played that like every day.
I think it's the worst out of the series.
I think it's one of the best out of the series, honestly.
And we would both be in the cart together, and we made an awesome game. It was a lot of fun. Also, a game that everyone either loves or hate, I personally love because of the city trial mode in it, Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
I
love the city trial so much.
If that game were to just be the regular racing part of it, I think it would just be a mediocre racing game. But the city trial is so freaking
fun ever
for people. If they ever make a remake or sequel or whatever to Kirby Air Ride, I just hope that they
not after IGN's review.
Several city trial maps. Well, IGN hates Kirby with a passion.
Oh, that's true.
And they need to freaking balance out the different vehicles. Like
the
swerve star in pretty much anything but flying. Just
I feel like
everything else.
If I ever saw the swerve star, I would just get out of my vehicle and run over to it.
Yeah.
Because it's a little strange to use at first if you're used to being able to turn, but after getting used to it, like an hour, it's just the best vehicle in the game.
Yeah, you know,
except for the flying.
You don't want to get too used to being able to turn in a vehicle, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Could point out more GameCube games. I have to see my library.
All right. Well, while
What
we let
about,
you look at that, I'm
Melee?
gonna move on to Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. Were you
take-
done?
What about
Andrew?
Super Monkey Ball 2?
Okay. Sorry.
That was one of the ones I mentioned. That's a really good game.
I never
Yeah.
played that one.
Dr. Bad Boon.
Dr. Badman. I love the little chant they do at the beginning of each world.
Ooka, ooka. I don't even remember it. I just remember it being weird.
Yeah, exactly. I think I said this on when we were last together too, but I really enjoyed Sonic Riders. And I don't know why that got such a negative reception it did, but I think
Yeah,
it had a
gotta be
lot
the
of.
only one I know who liked that game.
See, at the time
Yeah,
that
I
game
know.
came, I was a humongous Sonic fan, and I got it. And I remember enjoying it, but I remember getting frustrated with it a whole lot. I know it's
Yeah,
very than every Sonic game or even Sonic Racing game.
Were
that's
you
come
one
out.
of the Sonic fans who made endless fan fiction with like characters who look like Sonic but
No,
were your own original characters?
I would
Yeah.
just like play the games and print
Okay.
out pictures of my favorite characters.
I think Sonic
Also, I
Riders had a
remember-
lot
I
of really
remember
interesting
thinking-
mechanics.
I remember when Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 for the 360 and the PS3 came out. That was
Mhm.
like before I actually went on the internet and looked up reviews and things on games. And I remember freaking loving that game because I mean, I love all 3D Sonic games. I think it was really good. And then I was like kind of shocked after I started going on sites like IGN to find out that it's one of the most hated games ever.
See, that's funny
And
you say that. Can
Looking
one,
back on it, I
Yeah.
understand like how there were so many bugs and things that were wrong with it. But I think it's a pretty good game that was just rushed.
if we never looked at game reviews, would that change the perception
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
of, the game, of how we
absolutely.
Because
play
I
games?
feel like if I were to
think
only
so.
buy games based on reviews, I would not have bought games like Kirby's Return to Dreamland that I think are absolutely phenomenal.
I don't go by reviews, so it's never affected me. Really.
I mean, for me,
Yeah.
if
I
there's a
mean,
game
I
I
think-
really want, I'll probably end up getting it unless it gets like
Yeah.
a 1 or something ridiculous. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, like, a lot of the time, I notice that looking at reviews only makes me feel worse about a game.
Yeah.
Like I've never like read a review and that has made me appreciate a game more than I did before.
Because you already
So-
knew it was great.
Yeah. And so I don't really look at a whole lot of reviews anymore because what's the point if it's just going to make me
Well,
dislike things that I've spent money
There-
on?
There have
And it's
been
still just
games-
one person's opinion, so
think
you
it's-
know.
There have been games where good positive reviews have encouraged me to get the game, but I try not to let negative reviews discourage me from getting a game.
See, that's the thing. I want to use reviews as my, source, my way of knowing whether a game is worth buying or not, because gaming is an expensive hobby and I want my money to go to the right game. So, but at the same time, like it seems unreliable,
See, in theory, if everybody had the same gaming interests, reviews would be a perfect system for that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
there are some genres that people love and some don't. Like,
Yeah. And I just hate it.
I bought like some of the Metroid Prime games because IGN rated them so well, and I played it and ended up not liking them because I'm just not really a fan of
And that's
non-linear
perfectly
games.
fine. You don't
And
have to like
Then I realized like it's not that they're bad games. I like recognize them as being good games. They're just not my style.
exactly.
So when judging whether to buy a game, like reviews are good influence, but you can't go solely by that.
and with that
You
being
also
said,
have to look at your own.
I hate it when they have a reviewer who totally doesn't like a particular genre or franchise,
Yeah.
and they have them review the game. Now,
Especially
Yeah.
the ones that won't give it any credit for its good points. at
Kirby,
all.
Kirby.
right, Kirby. You got Greg reviewing Zombie U. Which
Yeah.
that
I go more
obviously wasn't-
user ratings than like
See, with
mainstream like
the Zombie
reviews
U-
because
I agree with
Um,
a lot of the reviews of Zombie U that the campaign can be really clunky. How there's like lack of ammo and damage is inconsistent.
it's supposed to
But
be for
that
like
game, the multiplayer in that is so good, and I think a lot of reviews just overlook that.
it's not really like it's supposed
True,
to be
true,
a lack
true,
of ammo because you're supposed to be panicking, like you're supposed to be afraid because you were limited on supplies, so You have
But
to.
I do kind of see why they were criticizing it. Like half the time you can take several hits from a zombie, nothing happens, and half the time if you even like walk up to it, you're instantly dead. It's kind of
guess that-
inconsistent.
So was
But-
Zombie U one of your favorite GameCube games?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Sorry, we kind of got off.
as usual, but that's fine. That's to be expected.
I like how this was the topic that I suggested for the
Exactly.
podcast. And got it off
No, that
topic,
was my fault. I went off.
talking about a
Totally
Sonic
different direction.
2006.
Yeah. But who was last? It was Aaron. Were you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
AW.
Something else that I enjoyed on the GameCube that I'm really surprised that I enjoyed was the Naruto Clash of Ninja fighting games. I don't know why I have them. I think I might have been a Naruto fan for about 5 weeks before I got bored. But yeah, I have these 2 fighting games, and I still go back to them and play through them every once in a while because they actually have a lot of balance and they're kind of technically unique from most other fighting games I have. It's a lot based on defense, sort of like Dead or Alive is, where most of your strongest powers are based around countering or nullifying enemy attacks so that you can get another hit in. A lot of evasion, which you could expect from a ninja fighting game. Those are kind of neat. I think they're better than their source material.
Okay then. Dow Jones.
Yeah.
No.
I actually never owned a GameCube. I had a friend who would play, I think it was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, but I just hopped on the bandwagon too late. So I don't know anything about the controller, or I've never played Melee. But yeah, so I've never had any experience with it.
Well, okay then. This is awkward.
Oh, can I point? I missed 3 games that I still want to point out.
Well, can we come back to you after we finish with
I
Chris?
thought we were done. Sorry. Yeah, go, Chris.
I don't exist.
I'm kidding.
Poor Chris.
To be honest, like the games I'm just gonna go with the games I spent the most time with. Like Animal Crossing's one. Like I was
Yeah,
on
that
that
was
for.
one that I was gonna mention.
Sonic
Animal
Adventure
Crossing's
2
great.
Battle obviously is more the Chow Garden than anything. Like I love the main story, but I was in that Chow.
The Chows.
Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
I
Yeah,
had
that
that one. Yeah.
That music was so awesome.
Like a lot of people, like
la,
I
la,
see
la 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 la
didn't
la la.
like it all
Sorry.
that much, but I thought that was one of Sega's better games. Like I don't know, that's just my opinion. But and then like the last one, obviously it's an obvious one, Super Smash Bros. Melee, because I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with that game. Like
Yeah.
I don't even like Brawl as much as that game. Like I can't. I like Brawl a little bit, but I don't know.
You played Project
Melee's-
M?
No,
Because
I haven't.
Project M is like a perfect, like Brawl and Melee had a baby. It's just in
I'm
between.
gonna have to try it out. I never did
I don't
it
know.
yet.
Like I never had a problem with Brawl. Like a lot of Melee fans hate it because the jumping is floaty and you can randomly trip and no wave dashing. I never really had a problem with any of that, but I downloaded it just to try it out. And honestly, I like it just because it adds new stages and you can do a lot of different stuff in it. And characters like Wario have different movesets and it makes them feel good. I don't know. It's worth downloading for anyone who's
That's the last
looking for some new Smash to play. It's not a new Smash, but it's something different to try for a while.
I guess like the last game I think of is it's gonna sound funny because I don't generally play sports games, but Madden 2003. I don't know why I played that so much, and I used to edit the stats of the players. Like I'd make the ones on the teams I didn't like. I'd make them really slow and worth. I don't know. I was stupid as a kid, but and I'd make like the teams I like
Weren't we all?
big, muscular, and like fast. and I would just destroy them. I'd have like over 100 points by the end of the game, and it was just ridiculous. But I was amused by that. I haven't played them much since then, though. So yeah, I'm done. So
Well, I guess I'll go now. I wish I had my collection with me so I can name off everything, but I think I'm gonna start by pointing out my least favorite and quite possibly the worst game I've ever played, which would have to be Sonic Heroes. I'm sorry, that is the worst game I've ever played.
Sonic Heroes. Can't find you wherever. Sorry.
I know you're fine. See, that was the only thing I did like about the game was the theme song.
I didn't hate that game. I didn't really like how it seemed like it had fine level design, and then they put too much emphasis on like the controlling 3 people at once.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as either of the Sonic Adventure games.
Leave it to me.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed
that
that game when I played it for the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
But I was
like,
also an idiot.
I remember playing it as a
Weren't we all?
but I've gone back to play it like since then and just not really liked it. Whereas I can go back to Adventure and Adventure 2 and play them over and over again.
Yeah. Why did everyone hate? I remember when DX came out and all the review sites and whatnot, they all just bashed it to no end. I don't understand that because I see it as an improvement from the Dreamcast, from the original.
I find it strange how IGN's review of Sonic Adventure 2 was like a 9 point something, and then for the game version, it's like 2 or 3 points lower.
Yeah, see, I didn't understand that either. Like,
it was better than the Dreamcast versions. I don't understand.
Well, actually, there were a few things graphically that were diminished in the process.
My most Sonic Adventure Battle is my most memorable like experience with a Sonic game, but I went back and played DX like a year or so ago, and I honestly think that the overall feel of that game, like the adventure stages and the music, it's a really really memorable, and I kind of like it.
Good, but if I were to review it now, which I actually plan on doing, I probably wouldn't give it that. Like, I'm just gonna. I don't know. It has a lot of bugs that I didn't notice when I was a kid, and I don't know. The game isn't as.
Then again, it's a Dreamcast game.
But it's not bad. It's not awful. It's just
I know.
there are things I don't like about it.
I remember like. As a kid, I was annoyed by the adventure fields because it was sometimes difficult to tell where to go. But I think they are a really cool feature. If they were to ever make a Sonic Adventure 3, which they have to.
I'm afraid of doing that.
Anyone listening, go like the Sonic Adventure 3 fan page.
Yeah, I liked that a long time ago.
If they
It's cool.
want to make a Sonic Adventure 3, I would want them to bring adventure fields back, but make them a little more linear. So you can like run around if you want, but if you want to figure out how to go to a level, it's super obvious. Maybe it was just that I was a little kid and I didn't notice the obvious hints, like the mystic ball telling you exactly where to go. But I remember getting stuck frequently.
I'm actually kind of, because I'm playing that now, and I played it a million times before and beat it dozens of times before, but I think my memory card got corrupted again for some reason. But,
you know who's the best character in that game? Big the Cat.
Oh no.
And
No.
don't you know that the only Sonic characters we need are Sonic, Tails, and Dr. Eggman?
No,
what about Knuckles?
I'm not one of those people.
What
Like,
about
No one
Blaze?
hates.
What
no
about
one
Blaze
likes
the cat?
Knuckles, Darius.
Come on,
Darius.
Sonic and Knuckles is the best Sonic.
No.
Not
game.
even
I
Sonya
sarcastic.
and Manic.
The Sonic Adventure games, I think, have the perfect number of playable characters. I think Heroes had too many, but
Yeah,
those were.
I was being
Vector,
sarcastic. I like
Charmy,
Knuckles.
The
Yeah, 'cause I know,
Chameleon
like,
Man,
Favorite.
The Sonic games got a whole lot of like.
Cream the Rabbit,
They got a whole lot of
Amy
trash,
Rose.
like
Shadow the
06
Hedgehog.
did and Heroes did and Shadow the Hedgehog did. And I think Sega saw that as we need to take out more
Parrot
characters.
guy
I don't think
and
any
Rose.
fans hated the characters, but they.
Well,
they
some
just,
I
don't
did.
know, didn't like
Did
the
I
gameplay.
say Cream the Rabbit?
I think
I think they
think-
thought taking characters out was gonna fix the game, but it didn't.
yeah. Like I'm honestly, I
Colors
think
is
Generations was fantastic, but I think it's kind of dumb how Sonic's the only playable character.
Colors is better than Generations, in my opinion. But
I
that's just,
see that's hard.
I don't like
I
Generations
also
much.
feel that
I thought it-
Generation had a bit too much.
Colors
2D.
had a lot better controls than Generations. Yes, the controls were more precise, and then maybe that's a graphics
I'd be-
thing.
I'd be fine with another Sonic game in the style of Colors, or
Eh,
like
I want
but
to. From
I
there-
would prefer another entirely 3D game in the vein of the adventures, but I'd be fine with another Colors style game. I know if they are gonna add multiple playable characters, I think the best amount would be like 4, like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. Just like leave it at that.
I'm a Sonic
And I say
Sega.
Shadow because that way the majority of the game would still be speed based. Like in some of the adventure games, it seemed like a little too much like treasure hunting and whatnot. I think the majority of the game should be speed, but I do want other characters.
I actually like the Tails and Eggman's Sega
Yeah, no,
Adventure
I'm not
2.
saying bad. I really
I
enjoyed
actually don't like those that much.
I just felt they were a little like too heavy, and because the Sonic and Shadow stages I thought were the most fun, and I thought those should have been the majority of the game.
I actually like
Well-
finding the emerald pieces. I don't know why.
See, I liked finding the Emerald pieces in Sonic Adventure 1, or DX. I find it a lot more annoying in 2 for some reason. I don't know why. It might just be the stages, but I don't know. Those aren't bad by any means. Like I'll still play through those missions and I have fun with them. It's just whenever I see myself replaying the adventure games, I go to the Sonic and Shadow stages, and not the Knuckles and Rouge.
Has anyone played Shadow the Hedgehog?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Let's not go there.
Why not?
I don't think that was that bad. I thought it was kind of dumb how they made him cuss and have guns to look
Wasn't that
badass.
bad?
And it was rated E10, which I thought was kind of
Every time he got hit, he was like, "Damn it, damn it!" I'm
like
like,
Stupid. That was like, oh, wow.
that was so pointless.
the gameplay wasn't bad, but the
The gameplay
theme
was really bad.
The theme was stupid.
I can't stress enough how mad I am that they killed off Shadow and they're like, well, everybody likes him. We'll just make it so he didn't actually die.
That was the
It's-
worst possible thing they could have
They-
done.
they
Like
killed
he
him
died
off.
such
Sherlock
a
Holmes,
wonderful
guys.
death. You know,
They
he was
killed
like
him off, and then
he was
Heroes.
like Jesus in Adventure 2.
In Adventure
It-
2, he died, and then in Heroes, they were like, "Well, fans liked him, so bring him back as a robot." And then in Shadow the Hedgehog, they're just like, "Oh, it was actually just him the whole time. It wasn't." They
Stupid.
completely ignored that he died.
Sega and their damn plot holes.
Yeah.
Man, we all know
We need
know how
serious
much Sonic
stories
is
when it
known
comes to
for its-
hedgehogs and stuff.
Yeah,
I will say though that
that's what Sonic needs right now is a well-defined plot, and that will make the games better.
When you
right?
think about it, in the grand scheme of things, they're a bunch of furry animals, and I just can't
it should be a plot like
take it seriously.
Yeah, but it shouldn't
I think-
contradict itself every
I think
single
there's a line. I don't want to plot like Sonic 4, where it's just like Eggman's taking over the world again. Go get him.
But you don't want to plot
But
like
I don't want
2006.
like 2006. That was way too confusing, and there were humans for some reason. I think the
That's what-
But there's
adventure
always
is the
humans.
perfect balance where it still feels serious and epic, but it's like you don't have to actually pay attention to know what's going on.
Like colors.
Oh yeah, Colors was kind of like that too.
What about
Yeah,
Mephiles
yeah.
or Mephiles?
I love how
Look at an OC
in
character.
Colors they make it a lot less serious. Like they make fun of Eggman a lot. They call him Body McNosehair.
I wonder.
I gotta remember that one.
I wonder.
Eggman was originally just an insult, and then he started calling himself that, and I was like,
Well,
what?
Japan, he was
Well,
always called Eggman.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
I wonder if Sonic
sorry.
would be able to do like a more complex, interesting story, but not have it voice acted or like have any dialogue at all.
I don't know, I like the silly-
I like
the
voice
color.
acting. I just don't like them changing the voice actors every year.
I'm happy with the current voice actor. Actually, I didn't like him at first
See,
because I
I'm fine.
I like-
fine with most of the current voices, but I really hate Amy's current voice because she sounds nothing like she did before.
I hate her overall look too. I liked it better the way
I like
she looked in
Sonic's
Sonic
look.
CD. Yeah.
I love Sonic CD.
It's good stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I could never get into Sonic CD, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why it was. I just didn't like that game. I think it might have been the pinball boss.
Yeah.
Was it the over complex level design?
It got a little ridiculous
Perhaps.
from time to time. I don't lie.
So
I sort of liked the idea, but I think I had these conflicting impulses to like A, go around and clean out the whole level to get the good future, and B, to just blast through the level like I want to when I'm playing Sonic.
Guys, remember
See,
we were a Nintendo podcast?
This is Nintendo.
What are you talking about? Sega is
I mean,
pretty much
we're
Nintendo.
talking
Sega
about-
is Nintendo.
I guess, but
there's
No.
Sega games on Nintendo systems, therefore it's
Sure,
related.
yeah,
Do
you're
you
right.
want to
like,
have a Sega Outcast?
we mentioned Sonic Generations, and I guess that was on the 3DS, but
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
yeah,
Alright,
all
well,
right.
Can I mention a few more GameCube games that
Yes, I forgot we were
Okay,
talking about GameCube.
Sure.
Chibi Robo.
Oh, that was a good one.
A lot of you guys probably haven't played it. It's a very weird game, and it starts
Yeah.
off kind of slow, like you're just a robot who has to pick up trash. But it gradually gets pretty cool, like you find out there are aliens and crap going on, and all the toys in your house are alive. It was just a really bizarre game, but it had a lot of great character, and it was awesome.
I liked Mario Party 4.
Oh yeah, I played all of the Mario parties on GameCube.
Yeah,
With the
but I
exception
hated 5 and
6.
6. I hated 5 more than 6, actually. 5 was the worst one.
Really?
ever. Yeah.
But 5 had the giant mecha battles,
5 was boring, though.
and 5
The
had the Star
music-
Secrets.
I remember
Yeah.
having the most fun with 4.
You see, 4 was the last one that had any semblance of game balance remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
That's
that, when they switched to
with
the,
the red cake, kid,
caps.
blue cake kid, and green cake kid. It was like the
I
3,000.
think that was Mario Party 5 that had
Oh,
those guys.
Uh,
See, that was okay. Like, even if the characters were stupid, the fact that you could go single player game and have all 3 computers take
I don't
their
like
turn at
Mario
the same
Party
time
anymore.
was nice.
I liked Mario
Uh-huh.
Party as a
Uh-huh.
kid. I don't even like it now.
Yeah, I think once I got into real board games, then I realized how Mario Party is pretty much total bullshit.
I'm sure
I mean,
the
it's
majority
not
the
a
majority
board
of
game.
people, and probably you guys as well, have probably just looked this off as shovelware and not actually tried it. But Wii Party is actually a very good game. It's
No, I know.
kind of
I think
Like,
it's better
the
than.
it only has one board, and it's like
That's-
trying to be a simplistic Mario Party. But what's cool about it is other modes besides just like the mini games and junk. There's things where you have to like balance, and you can play spin the wheel and weird. I don't know. My opinion might be biased because I actually got that game for free from Nintendo. They just sent it to me, and they were like, "Thank you for being part of Club Nintendo" or something. I don't
Really?
know why they sent.
What?
Yeah,
Huh.
they said thank
Where's
you for
my-
being a loyal member of Club Nintendo.
Did you get
it didn't-
free passes to the Wii U event?
No, I
No.
didn't, and that's
Okay,
that's what I
well,
found really
that-
strange. Because
Alright.
I thought, like, they sent that to me, and I think it was because I didn't redeem any coins on it, and it wasn't the platinum rewards. It was just out of nowhere. They sent me that and a Wii Remote Plus, and
The hell?
What?
two masks that resembled Mii's, and a Domino's Pizza
What?
gift card.
Okay, I'd rather have gotten all that stuff than my stupid Wii U experience.
And I was like, oh my
passes.
god, this is out of nowhere. This is incredible.
What?
Supposedly they sent it to people who like registered a significant amount of things on Club Nintendo in 1 year. I think it might have also been some randomness, but I was so happy that day because it just came out of nowhere.
Sure.
And Wii Party is actually a relatively good game. There's and then I found it strange how they sent me that, but not the Wii U experience thing. But I guess I can't really complain because I got free stuff. It was awesome.
Well, we got to play the Wii U before anyone else.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Except everyone at E3 2011.
Well, yeah.
Well, they can go to hell.
Well, do you just condemn like an entire subsection of the games journalism industry?
What'd you say?
You could
You just said
could say
everyone
that.
at E3 2011 can go to hell.
See, you could look into that and
Like-
find my symbolism, but in reality, I was making a joke.
So
I'm just saying, it's a pretty strong statement, and you shouldn't be throwing that around.
Disclaimer to anyone who was at E3 2011 to preview the Wii U and journal it, I do not hate
And
you.
go to hell.
We should backtrack and go back to GameCube now.
Not all of you are literally Hitler. Just
So Andrew wanted me to ask you guys what
ask.
GameCube games would. Oh, sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry. That's it. Shut up.
Sorry. It's just a pet peeve.
What GameCube games we'd like to what GameCube games we'd like a sequel to? That's what he said.
Sequel or a
we had
remake or release of some sort.
Huh. Well,
They should
Really
make an
had-
HD Wind Waker.
Oh, wow. They aren't doing that.
See, I think I already mentioned earlier on the cast, I would like a Kirby's Air Ride, either sequel, remake, or something. All I want pretty much is more city trial stages. I mean, the one they have is already really big and fun to explore, but I feel if they had like a couple different ones, it would just be a great game. They could even take out the regular racing, and I wouldn't even care that much.
yeah, I agree.
Or at least, I mean, I did play a lot of the regular racing. That was a fine mode, but I spent the majority of time in city trial. I spent like no time in the top-down racing mode because that was just stupid.
I just want my Billy Hatcher sequel. Sega.
Do you know everyone at Nintendo Power loved Billy Hatcher to death?
Yeah.
They always put that at like the top of their game rankings.
Because it was a good unique game.
It was a really good game. I like the sections where you were like you got on your A and then you rolled down the tracks. That was cool.
And wow, the multiplayer. Like, I played that so much.
Did you know there was an Easter egg in the multiplayer where there was like a 1 in 100 chance that you could get Sonic from one of your eggs?
Yeah. I know that.
I like flipped out the first time I saw that. I think Tails might be in it too, maybe. Also, I would like at some
Ice Climber
point.
sequel. Oh, okay.
This will probably never happen because I feel like Nintendo hasn't been extremely creative with Mario lately. But
Yeah.
I would like
I
to
disagree
return
with that,
I would like to return to Isle Delfino at some point, or a Mario Sunshine sequel. I mean, that game had a lot of camera issues, but I love the idea of the jetpack, and it worked really well.
I want a big Mario game where you are at the Mushroom Kingdom, a lot of it, but you can go to Delfino Island or whatever. You can go there like at some point in the game.
Super Mario Universe. I can see it now.
What about like an open world Mario
Yeah,
game that didn't have like specific courses?
Like open world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my point is to have it overworld. Like, you would have the Mushroom Kingdom as one overworld. You have Delfino Island. You have like other places. Also, there's like different like overworld maps and stuff like that. And
See,
Man, this is like those suggestions that say they should make a Pokemon game with every region. It's ridiculous.
I guess
everyone
I know.
thinks that's the greatest idea ever, but in reality, it's pretty much the same thing as just playing 5 different games.
And how do you balance that amount of content?
Yeah, like I know in Gold, Silver, Crystal and their remakes, it like they basically just made everyone in Kanto much higher level because you had already beaten the game.
Right.
I feel
You
like
can only
if they
do that so many
But I'm
times.
they were
talking
to do
about
all 5 regions, there'd be no way that they could like do that level progression.
Right.
I feel like this
right.
is a little bit different than Pokemon. And I don't think you guys are understanding. Like,
Yeah, I thought he was talking about Mario.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about walking.
Aaron
You
Brooks,
would walk
Aaron
every
Brooks.
like it'd be a completely humongous place where you walk to the next place like it would be in Pokemon. Like there would be one point like it'd be a gigantic map, and then one point would be the Mushroom Kingdom. You'd go there, and there'd be an overworld. Not you walk all the way there. Like it wouldn't be some big open world. Like that's how Pokemon. That's how they're talking about that. But this is completely different. I know it's still a big ambitious idea, but I don't think it'd be too hard to really do. I mean,
I would like that. But yeah, I would
another-
like to see a sequel to Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
Too bad they
you
never
would,
consider that.
I want to
That's
sequel
the
to
thing.
Aaron.
I was thinking about my answer to this question, but I realized that pretty much all the games that I would want to see sequels for have already gotten or are getting them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Another game I wanted to mention, F-Zero GX, probably
Yeah.
the best race in the GameCube.
No.
It's really, really good.
There it is.
I don't know how to describe it.
No,
It's
definitely better
For
than
me,
Mario.
that Double Dash and Air Ride
Oh,
are like best 3 racing games on the GameCube, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like Double
And
Dash.
I want an
Double
F-Zero
Dash is
on,
great.
but that's not really like a GameCube. That's not really a series that's only affiliated with the GameCube. That's just a series.
Sega did a good job with the F-Zero on the game. That's why I always say that I wouldn't mind if they did another one. Because clearly Miyamoto doesn't want any part in it because he thinks
Miyamoto, he's just like, I think he said in an interview that everything he thinks can be done with that series could already be done.
Eh.
And that's why I think, like, if he doesn't feel there's enough new content to make a whole new game, he should just do an eShop release. I'd buy
But I
it.
don't agree with that though. I think that
F-Zero UX.
it sounds like Miyamoto's losing his creativity.
I think Pikmin was probably his last big creative outbreak.
What would you think about like a
think
sort
it's
of
about to click
enhanced
soon.
remake of the first game, say on the 3DS shop?
Of what?
Of an enhanced remake of the first F-Zero on the 3DS shop.
I mean, I would
Like three
take it.
classics?
I mean, sort of, I guess. I mean, I think I was thinking like full 3D graphics.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Right.
get what you're saying.
that'd be cool.
I would take what I mean.
It would probably be just like F-Zero X.
And they should probably release it for free because I don't want to feel ripped off that they're remaking a game even though I already bought the original.
Because Nintendo would never
Mock
expect you
you.
to buy a game you've already bought.
That was sarcasm, by the way, just in case anyone didn't get that.
Implying the entire
Just-
industry doesn't do that.
Right?
I know they're
They
going to
should
release
make it free for
Super
3DS
Mario
ambassadors.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
No, make it free for Nintendo 64 ambassadors. We were buying games since 1980s. We should get them all for free now.
Nintendo's putting a lot more into their Wind Waker remake than some other companies do with their HD remakes, so I'm happy with that.
They do.
Yeah, a lot of companies
That
don't
goes
try
for
to
all
make
their
the graphic
remakes,
style of their
actually.
games worse.
Honestly,
yeah.
that go,
They're actually adding like stuff to it, I guess. So I'm pretty.
but that
excited.
they put it. They do that for all their remakes. Like
no,
they
I
don't
think-
just simply like. No, I'm agreeing with you. They don't simply just make it like upscale it.
Yeah.
Just simply make it look better. Like they go into it and just they add features.
Is
and
that
they
what Wind Waker
improve
HD is doing? Because I know Ocarina of Time they
on
actually
a lot of
like
things.
they actually changed the polygons, but Wind Waker it seems a lot of it is just retexturing.
Like I can name a whole bunch of like Nintendo. They always remake their games. That just goes without saying. But when they do it, they do a great job. Like I can list Super Mario All Stars, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, 3D.
How much did Super Mario All-Stars actually add to their component games? I think maybe besides the save feature.
What do you mean?
not much, but what was it really?
No, what are you asking? I didn't understand your question.
I mean, like, did Super Mario All-Stars actually add anything besides a save feature to the games?
I think it made everything look better. Didn't they upgrade all the
Everything
Yeah,
graphics?
I mean, there was graphics, yeah, but
Like, those were awesome.
The music was drastically improved. The sound effects were drastically
I love All
improved.
Stars.
oh yeah,
Oh.
So wasn't that the first
They even
that
include they
released
even
the
included the Lost Levels, which was
Yeah.
never released in America. So,
but that's still a remake of a game.
but that was never released in America. Like I
Yeah.
think that was.
Never played it.
And then they even had one that included Super Mario World with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they made the graphics worse on that one.
Makes me angry. No, because I liked how Luigi looked in that one. He looked better than he does.
Yeah, they made
But,
it actually
like-
not the same as Mario.
If you look at the backgrounds and you're playing that though, they removed a lot of the layers of parallax scrolling and it's like, a little off-putting.
Well, I feel like when Nintendo released Super Mario Brothers on the Wii U eShop, they're gonna make a big deal out of it and promote it, and I'm just going to scream. No, I'm like, I'm going to swear to never buy Super Mario Brothers again, but I know I'm going to somehow.
I buy it, and I already bought it like 15 million other things, so.
I think I own it like on at least 6 different systems.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the deluxe version on the Game Boy Color?
Oh my god, that was probably my favorite thing.
I have the
boot races.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that was great. That was great.
Also,
I haven't played that.
See, I think it's dumb how Nintendo is releasing like the NES versions of Super Mario Bros. And Lost Levels on the eShop, 3DS. They should just release deluxe. Because that was both of them upgraded. But they're not going to do that because they know they'll get more money this way.
No, I haven't played Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, but did the smaller viewing size of the Game Boy screen make it harder to play?
It didn't make it harder to play. It was definitely noticeable, but
Yeah.
it didn't really.
But no worse than
Make it
like
any less
UX
fun.
Island on GBA.
Or I don't think you guys ever played this, but Mega Man and Bass on the GBA, they did that same thing because they ported it to the GBA, so they had to make the sprites I don't know if they made the sprites bigger or they just zoomed in. Something weird, but so it gets annoying. I mean, it is annoying initially, but it's definitely playable. So.
Oh man, I buy too much on the Virtual Console on the 3DS. Like, I need to stay away from it.
So I want to just bring one more thing up as far as GameCube is concerned, since that is our topic, and then I want to move on to a more heavy topic.
Something
with the time that we have left, which is like 10 minutes, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that. But did anyone have the Game Boy player attachment?
Yes.
I did?
No, but I was kind of one of the. I had the Nintendo 64 version.
Wait, what?
Rich.
What?
They had their own version.
I
know the Super Nintendo did, but not the 64.
Oh, I think the 64 only let you do Pokemon.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, that's different.
Right.
Never mind then.
Does anyone remember WarioWare Twisted?
Yes.
I played that on the Game Boy player on the GameCube.
How do you do that on the player?
Yeah.
Is that what they had on the
GameCube? Yeah, I guess so. Picked up the GameCube and was twisting it to play the game. So that was an experience I only did once.
So I have a question. With games like Mario Brothers 3, when they released that for the Game Boy Advance, and it would say Game Boy Player, what exactly was the excuse me?
You could play
what exactly could you do with the Game Boy Player?
You could play with the GameCube controller and you would get Rumble, I believe.
Okay, that's right.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga did that too, I think.
I think I remember now.
But yeah, that's all you got. I might be wrong.
Maybe. I don't know. It was a long time ago. All right. Well, I'm about to move on. I want to talk about something a little more serious. My uncle, who might listen to this, I don't know.
He's pregnant.
As far as I know, I don't think so. But that's not what I want to talk about. Whether he is or not, it's beyond us. It's not our business.
It wasn't any
to
of
talk about it.
Let's get
But,
here.
where is it? Hold on.
While we're waiting for Darius.
If I can't find it, then we can just.
Have any of you played The Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube? It's
I played
essentially
it on
Grand Theft Auto with The
PlayStation 2.
Simpsons. I never actually played that game growing up, but after hearing it was an awesome game, I got it at some retro game store, and it's pretty awesome. It's like so much character from the show. Like, they have all of Springfield fully mapped out in 3D, and it's essentially Grand Theft Auto gameplay. It's awesome.
All right, I found it.
All right.
So I guess you can like kind of interpret this as viewer mail or listener mail.
From your uncle?
Yes, because he writes, "Dear Darius, GameStop announced it would close 200 stores in 2013. The video game retailer, of course, hurt by growth in mobile gaming at the expense of console gaming platforms, had a 4.6% year-over-year decrease in revenue, as well as a 4.4% decline in comparable store sales over the 9-week holiday period. Do you think the console has peaked or is really hurt by the mobile market? Are people downloading more games? Since I am a hardcore PC gamer, I felt this way about the console market. They have been talking about the demise. Sorry, gosh, I can't talk today. The demise of Is that how you pronounce that?
Demise?
Yeah, demise. Okay, I said that. All right. Of the PC as a gaming platform for over 15 years now, but apps like Steam are helping to keep it alive. Is the console market becoming stale and needs innovation? What do you guys think?
There's only
Yeah,
so much
I would
you can
say that.
innovate.
One at a time.
Okay.
Consoles.
There's only there's so much you can innovate. I mean, all the next consoles that are coming out, I mean, what really can they do? Like, how much further can you take it?
They should make a controller with a screen on it. That would sell a
It's
lot.
I
called the
would say,
Dreamcast.
They should make
you know,
a controller with 10
Well, that worked
screens
out.
on it.
Also the Wii U.
Did you just like answer that? Did you just say that's what the Wii U is?
Also, no, I said that's what the Dreamcast is, and then the
No, I
Wii
thought-
U copy from that.
Okay.
Obviously.
I thought you didn't get
Oh.
the obvious joke. You're good. You're good.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, who was talking?
Yeah,
I
I
would.
think that if anything, it's not a problem with the console market so much as it's a problem with brick and mortar game stores. Right?
Yeah.
I think people are downloading a lot of games to their consoles as well.
I see what you're saying.
I don't really like the idea of downloading all my games. I don't know.
You wanna know
I just like
why-
having a box. For
Are we-
handheld, it makes a lot more sense, but I don't like doing it for consoles.
Are
But
we
I know
just
I know that's where the industry is headed
Talk-
eventually.
Are we only talking GameStop? Is that what this is, or like as a whole?
I think
like,
he was using GameStop as an example.
all right.
I don't really like GameStop.
I don't
think
either.
GameStop,
There's a
personally,
lot of annoying policies.
if we went towards that, like the reason it's going down is because it sucks. GameStop. But other than that, like I don't know, there are a lot of people that are starting to buy digital game. Like people, I mean, I don't like to for the most part, but that's mainly what it is. And when it comes to like people saying the consoles are going to end up not being existent in a few years, that's honestly kind of dependent on, obviously, there's not going to be much more to do like with being innovative. I mean, obviously Nintendo probably won't come up with anything too amazing next gen because I mean,
I
look, they
think
have
that
It already is
one
next
of the
gen.
things that could potentially put stores like GameStop in harm wouldn't be that like consoles not selling, it's the games. Because if systems go digital only, then they're not going to have stuff to stock. I
Well,
think it's
I-
interesting that like supposedly the PS4 is going to be announced later this month. It'll be interesting to see if they keep discs.
when I said next gen, I meant
Well,
like actually ninth gen. Like after this, what are they going to do after this? That's what I was saying. But I don't think consoles will go down because, like at least on Nintendo's case, because they have their games and they're not going to be on the PC. But it's going to be harder for other, like I'd say the Xbox, like the Xbox. Like I don't know if that, I can't see that lasting too many more generations, just because it doesn't have, to me, enough exclusives to keep it. I don't know. It's kind of just more like
I
a
wonder-
cheaper option for a PC.
You talking about the
Yeah, I
first
wonder if
Xbox?
Microsoft is actually going to support the Xbox for too much longer. If it won't try to integrate it with its Windows platform like it's been trying to do with everything else.
You.
Yeah, I know.
That would have sucked.
But
I can see
think
it happening though.
gaming as a whole is kind of going downhill though. It's because like it's just like constant loop where developers, a lot of the bigger ones, are getting lazy, and they're not supporting consoles like main like the cool features that they have. Like I actually wrote an article about it before. That like a lot of things that have released, like different things like the Wii Motion or whatever, and like the 3DS and things like that, they don't get used to their full potential because developers don't want to do that. But it's because consumers are afraid that they like to buy the same things.
So I
They
guess
don't
what you're
want it, like, some
saying
don't wanna-
is we should find another hobby.
Oh, like,
Like
no, I don't want to.
Lots of room in the board gaming
Underwater
hobby,
basket
guys.
weaving.
Board games are
That's
awesome,
fun.
guys.
Games
Trust
are off.
me.
But
Apples
and
and
what's-
Apples is the
what's
best
funny
board
about
game ever.
GameStop-
Wait, that's
Shout
not
out
a
to
board game. It's a card game.
What's
Is that a
funny
card
about
game?
GameStop
Like-
Yeah,
is,
it's a
like
card game.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
guys,
They're, Sorry. Okay. So what's funny about GameStop is that a while ago I saw that they were wanting to release a bunch of old console games, and they're gearing up to do all the retro stuff with like Super Nintendo, N64, and all of that, and building that up, trying to also crush other used game retro stores. So I don't see them. It might turn a profit or show more interest, but the fact that stores are closing is kind of a bad sign. But great things.
Do you think that's
these-
because of video
these
games
gaming
in
stores.
general?
Yeah.
That's probably what he was getting at, my uncle here. That's
Yeah.
probably why he brought up GameStop. Because if what you're saying is, true, GameStop being like the monopoly and the
They are.
retail
I don't want
gaming stores and stuff, then that could possibly be the case.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get classic games because I think they're going to make them ridiculously overpriced, and they're going to it's just going to be ridiculous. I don't like it. I
Well,
like the home.
GTA games were like $5. I mean, I don't think they might start out that way because there will be a limited people tuning in these games, but then I think it'll get better.
I would hope. I just
I
don't.
would never sell any of my classic games to GameStop for like 25 cents. No.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, when people show an interest in the beginning, they might be paying top dollar just to get the initial inventory.
GameStop paid top dollar.
I mean, top dollar is
Please.
a relative.
Wasn't there a rumor a while ago that GameStops were going to start selling retro games?
Yeah, that's not a rumor. They were considering it. Isn't that
That's
what
what
we're
I brought up.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, pay attention. Okay, well, with that being said, we are, what time is it? Shoot.
7 or 10:41.
It's 10. Who's 7?
Me.
I'm 742.
I am 7 years old.
I'm 1,400. No.
God damn it.
Anyways, now we have to end it very soon because you just killed the joke.
Yeah, you killed it.
No, I'm kidding. But, so, I don't have a Bible verse. I'm not a Bible verse. I don't have a Nintendo verse.
You have a
end
rap
this
out
way.
there?
So,
Do you at least have a rap?
No.
See, I was
I'm sure you
considering it,
do,
but I thought
Andrew.
you would have. What'd you say? Was that
I'm
a
sure
racist
you
joke?
do, Andrew.
Oh, sorry. I thought you.
I don't know. I think I used up all the ones I had last time.
That's a good
Give me
thing.
give me
That's a
the
very
character.
good
I'll make
thing.
one really quick.
Goose.
No, don't, no.
I'm the Grusenator. I eat
No,
potato.
not this again.
I'll kill the Reginator
Stop.
Pleasing everyone.
and wrestle alligator.
And we didn't
I don't
end
know
yet.
anything.
did
Anything you said.
Also, Link
but
sucks. Because I'm a
Yeah.
better knight. If he thinks differently, he'll have to come and fight me.
well, Link gets more bait than you, and you know it. I mean, he's
Boom.
got a goddess. So, what do you have?
Awesome hair,
It's raps.
muscles.
Besides that palpador or whatever you pronounce it. Whatever that thing is on top of your head.
That's not Pompadour. What?
It's called a
What,
lush.
what do you call those things? I forgot what the
Pompadour
name
is like what Conan O'Brien or Bruce has.
Well, he called it that in the game. He said, "Don't
oh,
you?"
well, I
something.
thought you were like talking about Andrew specifically, like him.
Oh no, I was talking about Bruce.
Well, how you asking Bruce? He's not
He was rapping as if like he in Bruce's point of view. Like he said, "I'm the Grucinator" and blah blah blah, and I was just playing along with it. Anyways, this has just gone on too far. We're done. So
Let's just act like
I
it
would-
didn't happen.
Carlos is brain dead. All right, I got that out.
well, that was too early.
Too early.
Too early? Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
when you were ending it. I'll be
Okay, well, I want to conclude this properly. So it looks like we're out of time, everyone. So I would like to thank our wonderful non-existent audience for listening, and please visit our website at www.nintendooutcast.com and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, even though we don't have a Twitter, and like us on Podomatic. See, I feel obligated to say follow us on Twitter because everyone says that,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't think we
So
have
it seems.
Also, send us mail.
Follow us
And
on
send- oh, and
MySpace
send us
and
mail.
Instagram our book.
Send us
Space,
email.
Send
Pinterest,
us
Tumblr.
fan drawings,
Me
Google our Reddit.
I'm your
fan
favorite.
art. Send us lots of fan art
Tweet our
of
email.
us.
Don't draw me.
Just do an internet.
And send us money too.
All right.
It helps a lot. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And send us questions and topics.
Yes.
And
And send me more ideas for raps, because that's everyone's favorite part of this podcast.
And tell me how sexy my voice is.
Very. The answer is very.
In fact, tell me how sexy Darius's voice is.
And tell us how annoying Carlos is.
Yeah, how annoying.
And then ask us what Joey had for dinner tonight.
And tell
Yeah.
Joey how terrible Pokemon Snap is.
God, what episode should I do my Toad impression on? I
Now,
want to do it. Yes,
Do it
I want to
now.
do it. On.
Do it
Now,
now.
do it the first episode.
it's gonna be funny. Actually, it's not gonna be funny.
Just shut up and do it.
All right.
You
hey,
should say,
in the spot.
what's that icky gooey stuff?
All right. You want me to say that?
Yes.
All right. What's this icky paint? I can't do it. I'm messing up. What's this icky paint like soup? Wahoo! That's
Can you
good.
do?
Say hey.
That was great. Can you do
Say
what
hey
is
in a
his
high
name?
pitched voice.
Hey!
Do the old Toad.
I can't do
Toad
the old
breath.
dude.
Make that noise that he does when he's out of lives in New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
I don't even know.
He sounds like a bird or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I could do ouch. Ouch!
I'm trying to think. What else does Toad say?
Next time.
Say thank you, Mario. Princess is another castle.
Oh.
Well, he
okay.
never said.
He doesn't.
He never
talk,
said
like,
that with voice acting, but just
It's so hard to do like his voice for a long period of time. Like I actually was in a stupid short film thingy. Like it was a dub, and I had to do full lines as Toad. And oh man, that was a difficult one. I never actually thought about it.
I would imagine that hurts.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
actually, it doesn't hurt at all. Like I've gotten used to it. It doesn't. I don't know. I wish I could replace the current voice actress because it's the girl.
I thought it was a black guy.
No, it was during Mario Kart 64.
Oh, that's right.
A black
Right.
guy voiced Toad.
I'm still recording.
Yeah, apparently.
That's amazing.
Now we're still recording.
Alright.
So, we're all out of time, like I said 10 minutes ago. Thank you everyone for listening, and have a great
Bye,
night.
everybody.
We'll see you on when do we do this?
Oh,
Saturday. We'll see
Saturday.
you.
It's
We'll see
Saturday.
you on Saturday. I will be there. I'm sorry I wasn't there yesterday, and I hope Aaron's podcast was not too much.
Thanks for
wasn't
taking
that
over.
bad. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Like, I want you guys to write letters thanking Aaron for his attempt
Yes,
at handling
it was
that part
it was
of
my
it.
best try.
I
I consider it a co-host anyway.
hard dealing with
Thank
those
you.
guys.
doesn't look like you're wearing a hat here. But what do I mean? Yeah, you're holding your phone.
You should end this.
I forgot I changed my phone. See, that's so strange. You can see me talking. Alright, well, everyone, we'll take it easy. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Alright. I do that, everyone.
Bye.